They take advantage of everything that's happened up until now. Player 2 had an impressive round while managing their drives. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Feeling out the spacing. Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. They're going for the super art. This Dragon Lash Flame could be big. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. So, what's next? Looks like they both hit them with a stop and buy. Yes, sir, more damage, wraps it up with a decisive combo. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Oh, whiffs the drive impact. Whiffing a drive impact opens a huge window to get punished. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. There's a corner two. All right. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Projectile to try and change the situation. Takes a trip. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. It's not over. Big counter. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 can't experience, kept their composure and pulled out the combo at just the right time. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Gets a risky puck in. That drive impact is blocked. Barely blocks the jump, but blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Fantastic awareness. Do they have enough drive gauge? Player experiencing burnout. Chops him with a Shoryu. A super art? Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. Taking no prisoners. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Fires off an overdrive art. Adding that to the mix will change the pace of the match and keep the opponent on their toes. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first may have a big advantage here. Knockdown. Both fighters have used up a generous amount of drive already. Drive usage will be very important here for both fighters. Our fighters should be warmed up now. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Takes a trip. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Projectile to try and change the situation. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here.
What's wrong? Get up!
Player 1 is working, brushes that off and keeps going. They must have a game plan experiencing burnout. Both fighters planning some low heavy. Jump? How did they read that throw? Looks like they want to put a new spin on the KO. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Gotta do this. Come on.
This will be a good fight. Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Raise on the pressure with the projectile. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. I'd like to see them use this drive disparity to shift the tide of the fight to their side. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. Picture perfect punish counter. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. All right, what's coming up next?
Extra spicy sure you connect.
Will this super art connect? The super doesn't hit. In there. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Overdrive Hadouken. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Both brushes that off and keeps going. Neither of them willing to back off here. Pops him with a Shoryu. That's a counter. Doesn't miss a beat. Oh, it's a good spot to use a super. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business.
Bet that hurt.
Can they create an opportunity for tries to act quickly but with the attack? They gotta go. Both sides getting ready. You've gotta be mindful. Gotta do better than that. Throws a fireball. So, what's next? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Okay, here we go. In attack range. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Impact squat. Impact counter. Oh, that's so sick. Links it. Both dashes out the cage right there. That amazing never say die attitude got them the win.
Final round. Fight.
Nothing stops this train.
This is it.
Who's gonna take half a bit of OD spicy? Extra spicy Shoryu connects. Gets the quick dash Shoryu.
Pumps the brakes on the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Player 2 is burns out. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Solid anti-air. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Connects with the throw. Okay, here we go. Player 2 throw is denied. What a read. They're recovered. Anti-air in the clutch. And whip. What a finish. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish count. A drive impact. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 1 has not been shy about using their drive gauge. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. Experiencing burnout. Both players all out of drive gauge. Goes low. Into Hadouken. KO. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Overdrive Hadouken. Oh, says no to the impact. Reacts to the throw. Sees it coming and blocks it out. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Player 1 chases them down. Knockdown.
Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. That's not gonna hit.
Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Scrapping it out up close. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Both fighters planning something? Not much life difference. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Both fighters are low on drive. What'll they use it on?
Oh, what's this? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. This is gonna hurt. Excellent block. Jumps, crowns them from above.
Life lead is there, but still anyone's game.
Impact squat. Player 1 can't use any drive. Dashes out the cage right there.
This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Sit down and shut up!
Closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some firing. Look while they're blinking. They're using a fireball to force a reaction.
Player 2 needs to use that drive gauge better if they want to take things back. Can they stop this life lead from getting big?
Perfect execution with the anti-air.
Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management.
What are they gonna do? The jumping impact squat. Shakes things up with a fireball. Jump. Low heavy. Player 2. This is gonna hurt. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Do it to them. Show the people what they came to see, Ryu.
What's wrong? Get up!
Getting in all on a drive rush. Looking to follow up after that target combo. Take a seat. It is over. Player 2 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Hopes with a medium kick. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 2 chases them down. Knockdown. Still slugging it out here. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 2 chases them down. KO! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight!
Overdrive Hadouken! They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Brushes off the impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Good distance for a shot. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now.
It's a good spot to use the super. The big flex. The broken jaw. Shin Shoryuken.
What's wrong? Get up! An opening!
Springs forward with the drive rush. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to...
Oh, snipe! But Wow reads the counterattack. Player 1 can't use burns out.
Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna...
The low! Wheels and flatlines them. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
What a reaction to go air to air.
Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen?
Picture perfect punish counter. Gets through the opening. Player 1 has the life lead. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunity. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? Life lead opens up. Experiencing burnout. So they break forward to pressure the opponent.
Shinku Hadouken!
In there! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Opts to create space to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? The jump in is denied. Oh! Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Aerial Tatsu. Knockdown and... You've got to be mindful of reaching. Wrecks them. Flashes them. Are we going to see a comeback here? What'll happen here? Player 2 needs to use their drive moves to have any chance of it. Adds a bit of OD spice there. Escapes the corner. One chance here may end this match. Looking for a chance. Burns out. Gets into perfect fireball range. A real test of nerves here. No! Critical art now? Doesn't touch the throw. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Grabs them. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Strikes back with the drive impact. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. The impact gets blocked. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. All right, what's coming up next? Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Goes for the super art? Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Nails the anti-air. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. That got him up against the wall, and the stun is there. Snap KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Player 2 was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. Big opportunity now in this corner. Ooh, snap kick sends them spinning. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. In there! That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.